each and every example the same old thing. First of all, you have to see the given expression, and according to the given expression you have to write the 3 address code, and then you have to write those 3 implementations: quadruple, triple, and indirect triple. Then only that complete process is going to be completed. So yeah, now this is the second example. We have to see in brackets x plus y into y plus z plus x plus y plus z. Okay, so now here as I told you that before going to start writing the 3 address code, first of all it has to check for the operator precedence. Okay, priority of the operators. Whichever operator is going to be having the higher precedence, that will be executed first, and then next operators like that which is going to perform an operation. Okay, so now first I'll be taking one temporary variable called t1. Okay, t1 is equal to, as all the expressions are inside of parentheses, the expression which comes first will be considered first. Okay, so all the expressions are in parentheses, so all the expressions are going to have the same equal priority. So in that case what we have to do, we have to see for the associativity. That means whichever expression comes first, or the whichever operator comes first, that will be considered first. So here in the t1 I'll be storing an expression called x plus y. Okay, so first have considered this one, t1 is equal to x plus y. And next in the second statement, so next can I take y plus z? Yes, both are y plus z and x plus y plus z both are in the parenthesis, so that as the y plus z comes first, we have to consider it first. So I'll be taking one more temporary variable called t2, and there I have to store the expression like y plus z. Okay, and coming to the third expression, third one. So here after completion of these two, I can perform multiplication, but as this expression is inside of the parenthesis, next we have to consider it. Okay, so here I can take it like some t3 is equal to x plus y. This x plus y is already available in t1, right? Directly we can take it like that, or else I can take one more, sorry, t3 only. t3 is equal to again x plus y. Okay, x plus y. And next coming to the fourth statement, I'll take one more temporary variable called t4, and t4 is equal to x plus y plus z, right? Already that x plus y is available in t3, so that I can write it like t3 plus z, t3 plus z. So instead of taking it for 2 times, instead of taking the statement, okay, instead of taking this statement, directly I can take t1 plus z. Okay, so already in the t1 x plus y is available, right? So instead of taking it for one more time, we can decrease the lines of code. Okay, we can decrease, or we can optimize the 3 address code. If we reuse the statement, if we reuse the result, we can decrease the set of statements in a 3 address code. Okay, so either you can take it like that, or else you can reuse this t1. Okay, so now what I've taken here is t3 equal to, sorry, t4 is equal to t3 plus z. So now x plus y is available in t1, y plus z is available in t2. Okay, so to decrease this one, instead of taking this statement, what I'm doing here is, already we have it in t1, right? So here itself I'll be taking like t1 plus z, and instead of taking this, yeah, okay, so now see, in t1 x plus y, t2 y plus z, and t3 is equal to t1 plus z. Why t1 plus z? This x plus y Okay, this x plus y is already available in T1, right? So I can take it directly. I can reuse it T1. Okay, wherever that x plus y comes, that result is available in T1, right? So we can reuse that T1 throughout the program. So that T3 is equal to T1 plus z. Okay, now whatever all the expressions are there in the there inside of parenthesis, we have calculated, and now we have to perform the operations which are outside of parenthesis. Okay, we have multiplication and addition. So according to the operator precedence, multiplication will be given the higher priority. So that here I have taken one temporary variable called T4, and this T4 is equal to x plus y into y plus z. X plus y is available in T1, right? So T1, and y plus z is available in T2. So that T1 into T2, right? And next, the next operation is nothing but addition. So that I'll take one more temporary variable called T5, and this T5 is equal to x plus y star y plus z plus x plus y plus z. These three expressions. Okay, so this thing we have already I mean it has executed, and that result is available in T4, right? So directly I can take T4 plus, and this expression x plus y plus z, where it is available in T3, right? So T4 plus T3. Okay, so this is the way we have to write the free address code for given expression. Okay, so T1 is equal to x plus y, T2 is equal to y plus z, and T3 we have taken like T1 plus z, and T4 is equal to T1 into T2, and T5 is equal to T4 plus T3. Okay, so we have written the three address code, and now we'll see the implementation. The same thing. Okay, so here, see the implementation. Coming to the quadruple, here we are going to use the three references. One is for two are for storing the input values, and one is for storing the output value, and the other is operator which will be performed on the given two arguments. Okay, so here according to our expression, T1 is equal to x plus y. Okay, this I will copy here. Okay, or else I'll take this only. Okay. Yeah. So now, see here, T1 is equal to x plus 5. So the argument 1 is x, argument 2 is y, and operator is plus, and the result is going to be stored in T1. Okay. Next, coming to the second statement, T2 equal to y plus z. Argument 1 is y, argument 2 is z, operator is addition, and the resultant value is going to be stored in T2. Okay. Next, the third expression, T3 is equal to T1 into T, or else T3 equal to T1 plus Z. Here we have written like that, right? So there is no change in meaning. Okay, so either you may take this statement first or this statement next. There is no change in meaning. Okay, so T3 is equal to, here we have written like T1 into T2. So T1 is the first argument, T2 is the second argument, operator is multiplication, and resultant value is going to be stored in T3, right? Next, T4 is equal to T1 plus Z. So T1 is the first argument, Z is the second argument, operator is plus, and result will be available in T4. Next, T5 is equal to T3 plus T4. T3 is the first argument, T4 is the second argument, addition operation, and result will be available in T5. Okay, so this is the way we have to represent quadruple representation. And coming to the triple representation, here we will not use any temporary variable in the result column. So directly operator argument 1 and argument 2, and this 1 represents the location where the result is going to be stored. So here it is going to perform x plus y, and result will be available in first location. This one is nothing but address or the location where the result is going to be stored. Next, which is going to perform y plus z, and result will be available in 2. Result will be available in 2. According to the given expression, x plus y into y plus z, right? X plus y into y plus z. So x plus y is available in first location, y plus z is available in second location, so that the first location, from the first location which is going to take the result of x plus y, from the second location it is going to take the result of y plus z and performs multiplication operation, and the result will be stored in third location, okay, which is some location. Here just we named it as third location, okay. Like that, next, what is the next expression? X plus y plus z. X plus y plus z. X plus y is available in first location, so that will be considered as argument 1, and argument 2 will be taken as z, performs addition, and the result will be stored in fourth location, okay. Next, that complete expression, x plus y into y plus z into plus x plus y plus z. So that x plus y into y plus z is available in third location, right? So that will be considered as argument 1. And next, x plus y plus z is available in fourth location. That result is available in fourth location. So that will be considered as the second argument, okay. From these two locations, which is going to take the data and performs an addition operation, and the resultant value is going to be stored in the next location called fifth, okay. Yeah. Next, coming to the indirect triple, the same old thing, but here for each and every location which is going to assign some pointers, okay. There is nothing difference in the previous one and the in the direct triple and indirect triple, simply which is going to assign some pointers, okay. So for the first location, the pointer is 14, for second 15, third 16, fourth 17, fifth 18. So here, instead of directly considering those locations, which is going to use the pointers, okay, which is going to use the pointers, okay. Only that is the difference between triple and indirect triple, okay. So we have so many problems to solve. Yeah, I just wanted to, how many of you are clear with this concept, so that we'll move towards the next example. So those examples you have to do, okay. I will not tell you why, because I have explained you 2 examples, and remaining things you have to do. Yeah, can you please raise your hands? How many of you are clear with the concept, so that I'll get a clarity. Malli repeat cheyna ledu ante, or else can you do? Of course, it is very easy concept, but first of all, you need to get a clarity how we should write the 3 address code. Yeah, okay. Yes, ma. Those who have understood with the concept, take down the next problem, okay. And those who have not understood, they may ask doubts, where actually they are having the doubts, so they may ask me, okay. So take down the next problem. A equal to B plus C plus D. A equal to B plus C plus D. Take down the question and start solving it. Okay. If anybody having doubts at any place, you can ask me. Meanwhile, others, those who have clear with the concept, you can start doing the problem. And if anybody having any doubts, they can ask me.
Ma'am, indirect triple representation.
In
this problem, is assignment operator also an operation, ma'am? Like A equal to B plus C plus D.
Yeah. Finally, it will consider even assignment operator is also like an operator.
Okay.
And simple thing is nothing but what for copy statement, which operator we are going to use? Assignment.
Assignment.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that is also considered as one operator.
What is the precedence, ma'am? Assignment. At last do we
At last final ఇక్కడ ఏంటి మనం a equal to b plus c plus d. After completion of this complete expression only, we can assign this value to a, right? So
Yes,
this is the last priority.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, don't keep your minds with doubts. If anybody having any doubts at any place, you can ask me. Meanwhile, others can, if you don't have any doubts, means it is well and good. You can solve the problem. Yes, ma. Is anybody completed? Is anybody completed with the solution? Roll number 64. Roll number 64.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me, ma. How can we write a 3 address code for the given expression?
T1 is equals to B plus C.
Okay.
T2 is equals to T1 plus D.
Okay.
A is equals to T2.
A equal to T2. Yes. Yeah. So I think everyone got the same answer. And also it is a very simple expression. Okay. Next, take down the problem 4.
Ma'am, in second step, can't we directly take A equal to T1 plus D, ma'am?
Yeah. To avoid this one more statement, directly we can take A equal to T1 plus D. There is no problem. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Take down the next problem. Problem 4. This minus is unary minus. Okay. Minus. No, it is not x. Don't. It is multiplication. Okay. A into B plus C plus D minus a plus b plus c plus d. And even you write the 3 address code and even మీకు ఇప్పుడు కుదరకపోయినా even after completion of the class also you can write those 3 implementations, quadruple, triple and indirect triple. Why? Because in exam definitely you have to write all the things. First write the first write the 3 address code and afterwards you have to write all the 3 implementations. Okay. So, but first of all, you have to write it perfectly, then only you can easily write those 3 implementations. Okay, take down this expression and start solving it. Roll number A2. Roll number A2. A2. Roll number A2. Are you there, A2? Roll number C1. Roll number C1.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you tell me the 3 address code for this, ma.
Should I tell, ma'am?
Yeah. You directly tell.
T1 equal to A star B.
T1 equal to A star B. Okay.
T2
Next.
equal to minus T1. Unary minus T1.
Yeah, okay. Next.
Next, T3 equal to C plus D, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
After T3, for T4 equal to T2 plus T3.
T2 plus T3. Okay, ఈ రెండింటిని చేస్తున్నావా? A star B
Yes,
and C plus D. Okay. Next.
Next, T5 equal to A plus B.
Okay. Okay.
Afterwards, T6 equal to T5 plus T3.
Okay, in T3 we have C plus D.
C plus D, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay.
Seventh step, T7 equal to minus T6.
Minus T6.
T6 is A plus B plus C plus D, ma'am.
Okay. This is
Now,
not minor unus.
okay, ma'am.
Unary minus.
C plus D.
That is binary, not unary.
Now, T4, T2 plus. Next, T7 equal to T4 minus T6.
T4 minus T6. ఇంతేనా? ఇదే వచ్చిందా?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. If anybody having doubts at anywhere, you can see the solution and take down the next problem. Problem 7. Okay, take down this problem. A plus B star C divided by E power F plus B star C. I'll pick one more student. Rule number C9. Roll number C9. Roll number C9.
Ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, yes, ma. Yeah, tell me. What is that?
Ma'am. I'm doing, ma'am.
చేశాక చెప్తారా?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Next, roll number E9. E9.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me. What is the expression we will get? I mean, what is the 3 address code we will get?
T1 is B star C.
Why it is star? Here we have different type of operations, right? Addition, multiplication, division, power. So which one is going to have the higher precedence?
Star and division will have same precedence. Madam.
Power?
So, power will also have same precedence.
No, power will be given the first priority and later star and division and later addition and subtraction. So now tell me. Power
T1 is E power F.
E power F, okay.
T2 is B star C.
Okay.
T3 is T2 by T1.
Okay.
Next, T4 is B star. T4 is not required. Okay, B star is already in T2.
Okay.
So T4 is T3 plus T2.
Okay.
And T7 is A plus T4. T4.
Antena?
Yes, ma'am.
Complete. ఇదే వచ్చిందా?
Yes, ma'am. You took 2 times B star C.
No need of it. We can avoid it. For
Yes.
optimization purpose, we can avoid it.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is the way you have to represent a quadruple, triple, and indirect triple. Okay. And next, this we have already seen. Problem 8 we have already seen. Okay, translate the following expression to quadruple, triple, indirect triple. This we have already seen. Yeah, okay. So now I think you have clear with the above examples. Is everyone clear with the above example? Then I'll go through the conditional statements. Okay, till now whatever the expressions we have seen, those are nothing but the sequential statements. There we don't have any such conditions. Simply according to the given expression, we are going to write all the things in sequential manner. With checking of priorities, operator precedences. But here the next statements, we will be having looping statements, conditional statements, procedure calls, right? So for each and everything also we have to see the 3 address code, how we are going to write. Okay, so now the next one is, for example, we will be having a statement like this: if A is less than B, then it has to print the output 1, else it should print the output 0. Okay, if A less than B, then it should print the output 1, else it should print the output 0. Okay, so in such cases what we have to do here is, yeah, I'll tell you instead of showing it. So take down, first here we are going to check the condition. No need of writing if statement and all the things. Directly we can write the statement, 3 address code. Okay, so A less than B, then it has to print 1. Okay, if the condition false, it has to print 0. So that here I am going to use labels. Okay, jump statements or go to statements, so that if the condition true, some set of statements are going to be executed, some set of statements need to be executed, and if the condition is false, some set of statements need to be executed. So that here we cannot take the statements in a sequential manner. Okay, as it is a conditional statement, we cannot execute all the statements in sequential manner. So here it has to take conditional jump. Here it has to take conditional jump. So for that I will be using the label called go to. So go to some label. Go to some label. So just I'll be taking some 3. Okay, we'll see what is going to be happening 3. Next, if A less than B, then it has to jump to the 3, right? But if A is not less than B, it has to execute some other set of statements, right? So here what I'm writing here is, go to some 4 I'll be taking. Go to some 4. Okay, so then in the third statement, if A less than B, go to 3, right? So in the 3, I'm going to take one temporary variable called T1, and I'll assign the value 1 to the T1. Okay, so now see the first statement. In the first statement, it will check the condition like whether the A is less than B or not. If A is less than B, go to 3. Okay, it needs to jump to the label called 3. In the third label, I have assigned the value 1 to a temporary variable called T1, so that it should print that value. Okay, so it should print that value. If in the first statement, if the condition is false, it will enter into go to 4. Okay, if this false, simply which takes the next statement go to 4, and in go to 4 what I'm going to write here is, if the condition is false, what it should print, T1 is equal to 0. T1 is equal to 0. Then here see in the third label, T1 is equal to 1. After printing that value, what it has to do, it should come out of that if statement, right? It should come out of the if statement, and whatever all the statements are there out of if has to be continued. Okay, has to be continued. So for that reason, I'll be taking one more go to, and that go to 5. Go to 5. Okay, next here in the label 5, in the label 5, simply I don't write any, I will not write anything in the 5. Why? Because it is nothing but this fifth label is nothing but the out of if statement. Out of if statement. Okay, so and after that, whatever all the statements are there are going to be executed. So see the complete code. Okay, so first, which is going to check the condition A less than B. If it is true, it should jump to the label called 3. And in the third label, I have assigned the value 1, directly the value 1 to a temporary variable called T1. Okay, and after printing it, simply it has to come out of the if statement. So that I have taken one more label called go to 5. And the fifth statement is nothing but out of if statement. And from there, whatever all the statements are there, whatever the code is there, that is to be continued. Next, if this condition is false in the first statement, if A is not less than B, I mean if A is greater than B, what it has to do, it has to enter into the else part and it has to print 0. So that for that else part, I have taken one more label called 4. Go to 4. If A is less than B, it should enter into fourth label. Go to 4. So in the fourth label, we have we will be having like T1 is equal to 0. We have assigned a value called 0 to the T1, and then after printing that else part, after printing the else part, it has to come out of the if statement. It has to come out of the if statement. So that is nothing but what? Fifth statement. So after executing the third, it should jump to the fifth, and even after executing the fourth also, it should jump to the 5. So this is the way which is going to write the code. Okay, so see here, but how we are going to implement it in quadruple, triple and indirect triple? See, the first statement, A is nothing but argument 1. Keep it in mind, or else you write anywhere in your notebook. A is nothing but argument 1. B is nothing but argument 2. Less than is an operator. Less than is an operator. Go to 3. Whatever is there in that third label, that is nothing but the result. Okay, that label we have to write in the result part. Okay, label we have to write in the result part. Why? Because after checking the condition, we will be jumping to some particular labels, right? So in those labels, we are writing the exact output. Okay, whatever the thing we want to print, that we were writing in that label part, right? So that label should be represented in result. Okay, A is argument 1, B is argument 2, and the label will be represented in result, and operator is almost same. Okay, so here for T1 is equal to 1, right? So 1 is nothing but an argument 1, there is no argument, and equal to is an assignment operator that we have to represent in operator part, and T1 is nothing but result. Okay, likewise we have to represent in quadruple, triple and indirect triple representation. Okay, so this is of if statement, and we will be having even one more one more statement, one more if. Okay, so we'll see this also, or else can you do this? You can try it. If you get any doubts, I'll help you. Okay, you start solving it, ma. Take down the problem 6 and you start solving it. Those who have completed, you can please raise your hands and we'll check with the solution whether you have done correctly or not. Okay. Here nothing is there. In the previous example, we have checked only one condition, but here we have to check the two conditions, A less than B and C less than D. If both are true, then only it has to print the output 1, or else it has to print the output 0. Okay, it has to print the output 0. Okay, yeah, but in each and every statement you have to use only 3 addresses. Okay, not more than 3. Rule number D2. Yes, ma, D2. D for Delhi.
Yes, ma'am.
Completed?
No, I'm still doing.
Hmm. If anybody completed, means you can raise your hands and we'll check with the solution. Rule number C1.
Yes, ma'am.
Completed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah, tell me, ma.
A less than B, go to 2.
1 second, I'll write. A less than
B. Go to 2.
Okay, next.
Next, C less than D, go to 3. Go to 4, ma'am.
Go to 4. A less than B aithe go to 2 annaru. C less than D aithe
Go to 4.
Okay, next.
Next, third step, go to 5.
Go to 5.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next.
Fourth step, T1 equal to 1.
T1 equal to 1. Okay.
Go to 6 there.
Next, go to
Fifth
6.
step, T1 equal to 0.
T1 equal to 0. Okay.
In fourth step, go to 6, ma'am.
Fourth step.
T1 equal to 1, go to 6. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Go to 6.
Sixth step, blank.
Sixth step, blank. That's it. Antena? We'll check. Is anyone done with the problem? Except C1? So first, which is checking the condition of A less than B. If it is true, yeah, it has to take the next thing. C less than D. Go to 4. Okay. In 4, T1 is equal to 1. Go to 6. If A is not, if A less than B means A less than B, okay. If A is greater than B, will it come to third step? If A is greater than B, A is greater than B.
No, ma'am. That is a mistake.
That we have to check.
Yes, ma'am.
If the condition is true, which should enter into one particular label. If the condition is false, that also we have to mention, right? If A greater than B, go 2 ellakunda third ki ravali, right? Almost correct, but we have to check it. T1 is go to 5. 5 లో T1 is equal to 0 అన్నారు. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ T1 is equal to 1, go to 6. I think it will work. Is anybody completed? Almost it is, I think it will work. Rule number D9. Rule number D9.
Yes, ma'am.
Completed.
No, ma'am. I'm confused. Not sure if I'm doing correct. I'm confused, ma'am, on the go-to part. I'm looking. I'll try, ma'am. If I complete, I'll let you know.
Okay. Still anybody? Anybody else?
Ma'am, I have done, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me, ma. Easy
Ma'am,
to.
here, if here go to should be for 3, ma'am, and second point should be go to 4, because in third position, if C is greater than D, can you write, ma'am? I am not able
Shall
to.
I? Okay. Yeah, you tell me. You tell me.
First step, if A is less than B, then it will go to 3. Third step.
A is less than B, go to?
Third step, go to 3.
Go to 3. Okay. Next second step.
Go to 4.
Go to 4. Okay. Third
In
step.
third, if C is less than D, then it will go to 5.
C is less than D. Go
to 5. In fourth step, T is equals to 0.
T equal to 0.
Yes, ma'am. In fifth step, T is equals to 1.
Okay.
That much only, ma'am.
But it won't work, ma'am. Why? Because T0 అని print చేసిన తర్వాత it has to come out, right?
Then in fifth step, go to, we can
go to
7, and in third step we can keep go to 6, ma'am. We should add one more.
Go to 7 అంటున్నారు ఇక్కడ. Go to 7. In third step.
In third step, go to 6.
Go to 6 instead of 5. ఎందుకు 6?
No, ma'am. Here go to 7, fifth step. You said no, ma'am. T is equals to after 0, it should go.
So go to 7 ఎక్కడ రాయమంటున్నారు?
Fifth step.
ఇక్కడ రాయకుండా. Okay.
In sixth step, T is equals to 1.
T equal to 1. Okay, let us see. If A less than B, go to 3. Okay. C 7 ఒకటి పెట్టాలి కదా. If what is this? Second step, go to 3. In 3, again we were checking the condition for C. If it is also true, then it has to jump to the 6th. T equal to 1. Okay. Next, A less than B. If this condition is false, it should jump to 4th. It should jump to the 4th. Then T is equal to 0. Okay. Then go to 7. Okay. So if any one of the condition falls, it should jump to the same location. I think it will work, and even the first one is also, it will also work, I think.
Here we can change the second step and we can do it, ma'am. Here. A less than B, go to 3.
Okay.
And in second step, direct we can write go to 6, ma'am.
Ikkada go to 6 antunnara?
Yes, ma'am. Go to 6.
So
only go to 6. Only go to 6, ma'am. Not C less than D.
Okay. Okay.
In third step, if C less than D, then go to 5.
Same. ఇందాక ఇప్పుడు ఈ అమ్మాయి చెప్పినట్టేనా?
Next, fourth step,
go to 5 ఏనా ఇది? 5?
No, ma'am. 7 వస్తాయి.
7 కదా? 1 second. A less than B, go to 3 అన్నారు. ఓకే. మళ్ళీ C less than D అయితే go to
5. Next,
ఇదంతా కూడా మారిపోతుంది కదా?
Fourth step only go to 6, ma'am.
ఇది ఓన్లీ go to 6. Okay, we'll see.
fifth step T1 equal to 1.
Yeah.
Then go to 7.
ఇక్కడ go to 7.
T2 equal T1 equal to 0, ma'am, in sixth step.
అలా కాదమ్మా, ఇక్కడ ఏం చేయండి అంటే go to 7 అనండి. అర్థమైందా? go to 7 కాదు, go to 8 వస్తుందేమో. T1 equal to 1 అయిన తర్వాత which should come out of the loop. I mean which should come out of the conditional statement.
స్టెప్ లో T1 కి వచ్చినప్పుడు డైరెక్ట్ అక్కడ go to 7 అని రాసి సిక్స్త్ స్టెప్ లో go to T1 equal to 0 అని పెట్టొచ్చు.
పెట్టొద్దు, ఎందుకు అంటే సీక్వెన్షియల్ గా ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది కదా. ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ నేను ఈ T1 ఇక్కడే రాయమంటున్నారా?
పక్కన go to 7 అని పెట్టేస్తే
ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ కండిషనల్ స్టేట్మెంట్ కదా. ఇది T1 ఈక్వల్ టు 1 అనేది అసైన్మెంట్. ఎక్కడైతే మీరు కండిషన్ చెక్ చేస్తున్నారో దేర్ ఓన్లీ వీ హ్యావ్ టు టేక్ ద లేబుల్. అంతే, అర్థమైందా? సో దట్ ఇక్కడ తీసుకోవద్దు, ఇక్కడ తీసుకోండి 7 చెప్పి తీసుకున్న తర్వాత నాట్ 7 8 అనండి. ఐ థింక్ సో. 8 అంటే ఏంటి అంటే నెక్స్ట్ ఏమవుతుంది అంటే 7th లో వీ కెన్ రైట్ ఇట్ లైక్ T ఈక్వల్ టు 0 ఆర్ T1 ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 0. నెక్స్ట్ 8th స్టేట్మెంట్ బయటకు వచ్చేస్తుంది. హియర్ ఇక్కడ go to 6 అన్నా కదా, go to 6 దిస్ వన్, నాట్ go to 6, ఇది go to 5. 1 second. ఓకే, కండిషన్ ఫాల్స్ అయితే 7 హియర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ 7, here also it is 7, right? So if this condition true, which should enter into third label, and again it has to check the condition for C less than D, then jump to 5, then T1 is equal to 1. Next go to 8, so come out of the loop. If the condition false, go to 7, డైరెక్ట్ గా 7 కి వచ్చేసి 0 అని ప్రింట్ చేయాలి. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇఫ్ ఈ కండిషన్ ట్రూ అయ్యింది అనుకోండి, నాకు ఇఫ్ ఏ ఇస్ లెస్ దెన్ బి, గో టు 3 లో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ సి కండిషన్ నాకు సాటిస్ఫై అవ్వలేదు, సి ఈస్ గ్రేటర్ దెన్ డి, దెన్ వాట్ ఇట్ హ్యాస్ టు డూ, గో టు 7, రైట్? ఇట్ ఈస్ పర్ఫెక్ట్. ఓకే, సో అంటే ఏంటి, హియర్ అకార్డింగ్ టు ది situation, sometimes one expression may be correct and one condition may be true and another condition may be false. In that case also it has to print 0. Okay, if both the conditions are false, it has to print 0. If any one of the condition false, also it has to print 0. So now it is perfect. Yes, everyone take down. If you have any doubts, means you can take this expression.
Ma'am, will it execute sequentially, ma'am? Like if no conditions are there, break state jump statements are not.
If there are no jump statements, means it will execute sequentially.
Okay, so if first condition, if go to is not there, if A is greater than B, then it will go to second statement directly.
Yeah, ante ippudu nenu ikkada idem ivvaled anukondi, if we don't have this go to, simply it will enter into second statement.
If that is second statement is also some false, then again it will go to will it go to third statement, ma'am?
Yes. So that's why we have to give the labels properly, otherwise it will execute it will print wrong result.
Okay ma'am, thank you ma'am.
Yes ma'am, I think time up, but you take one more example and you try it. We will see in the next class. Okay, you try this while this complete expression you take down and you try it. Okay, meanwhile I'll take the attendance. Yeah, everyone take down this example, and in the next Tuesday class we will discuss about it. Okay. Yeah, don't leave the session. I'll be taking the attendance. You have to wait. Attendance తీసుకుంటున్నా అన్నా కదండి, ఇంతక లేని వాళ్ళందరూ ఇప్పుడు జాయిన్ అవ్వకండి. I have the list already. But anyways, I am checking again. Present 101. Okay. Everyone down your hands, ma, so that I can take attendance. I can get the numbers in order. Okay, so 16 series L4. Roll number